Hi all and welcome back to the garage. Today we are going to be upgrading the sound and the airflow of the Africa Twin. So we are going to install this little bad boy here, which is the Scorpion Serket exhaust. It's a slip-on. I'm going to be keeping the stock headers, but we'll remove the stock or the OEM silencer, and then in the next video we'll also be upgrading the air filters in order to, well, if you increase the flow out, it makes sense to increase the flow in to the bike as well. So in order to give myself some more space to work, we'll be removing the rear sets, and then take off the shield, take off the exhaust, and then we'll see what we have to work with. Let's dive in. Right, so we'll start with removing the rear sets, which are of course Loctited in. So once that's off, we'll remove the stock cover. There's also a collar in there. Once the bolt is off, slide the cover forward. Look at the stuff that falls out, nothing important. And this is just a tab that holds the cover over here. Now, in order to access the bolts that actually hold the silencer, we'll need to remove the heat shield here as well. There's a bolt with a rubber grommet on it, and there are two more bolts up here. There's one. There. Like that. So now all that holds the silencer are these two bolts and the top mounting bolt. So we'll start by loosening that off. there's a washer and a rubber washer thingy and the bolt. And it sits on a stay up there. And there's the silencer off. Be aware that if you're going to be reinstalling the stock muffler, there is a graphite gasket in here, which according to Honda should be replaced whenever you take this off. It will not be needed to mount the Scorpion exhaust. Now measuring up the Scorpion, it's going to be put on here. I think that's going to look good. Just leave that there for a second. There is the triangular adapter. It's not clear from the instructions just which way this goes on actually. So we'll see if this makes sense. So mounting this up, this one has a slight angle that's going to move towards you, away from the bike. So we're going to start by putting this on the exhaust. So on the back here, mounting holes there. Let's just put it on like that for now. And this adapter, which will hold the heat shield, is going to go on the back of the mounts. The two steel washers goes from the back there. And on top here, there are two spacers that goes on. And then this clamps down onto the exhausts. Like that. Just gonna leave it loose for now. So once we have that installed, go ahead and put on the clamp that's gonna hold the exhaust on. So once that's installed, there is another bolt like this, goes into the spacer like that. And there's a rubber grommet which goes between the mount and the bike. Having everything here loose makes this a lot easier. leave that up there for now. Make sure we have room for the heat shield. So when you have this on here, we should probably tighten this up, put the shield back on, and then tighten everything else. That should be alright. Having that tightened up, there's no torque spec on the bolt, so yeah, I think it'll be alright. And we can reinstall the heat shield. The bottom bolt here is kind of tricky to access, so use a shorter Allen key for that one. Allows you to turn it 45 degrees. Like that. Once the heat shield is on, we can reinstall the stock here. Remember to get the tabs inserted. Like that. Having tightened the rear, go ahead and tighten this one. So last thing that goes on is the heat shield. There are 4 black fiber washers. So we put them on screw itself and underneath the heat shield. That's going to be fun. What I'm going to do is put some tape on those washers like that, and just stick them on in the right place. Same with that one. Like that. And then we can go ahead and have the bolt and the washer on the outside. And that should here. Like that. That's the heat shield installed. It's a bit tight on the muffler, but probably alright. And the original one is still in place. So that's the Scorpion exhaust. Now let's just take it for a ride, make sure all the bolts are still seated properly, no leaks and stuff. You can put some mounting paste, exhaust mounting paste in the connection, but it shouldn't be necessary. Let's put the rear set back on, cleanse up the bolts, put some new thread lock on there, mount that, should be ready to go. Hope that helps someone. I'll see you in the next video.